Now, let me just focus on something I want to urge you to do, my friends, right after you see this broadcast. I want to urge you to do this. I am privileged to serve as the co-chair of the advisory board for this coalition. Now, this is a grassroots coalition. Pro-life voices for Trump. That's you. That's you. This is for you. This is for all people across our country who recognize that we have the most pro-life president in our history, who recognize that there have been concrete accomplishments that he and his administration have brought forward for the unborn. And on these broadcasts, we will be going through those accomplishments in great detail. Pro-life voices for Trump are people who recognize those things, who want to spread the good news of these pro-life accomplishments so as to motivate our fellow citizens to re-elect the most pro-life president in our history so that we can continue to make that pro-life progress. Now, I want to send you to two places, and I ask you again, really, I want to ask you first to do this as soon as our broadcast is over. Gino, good morning. Good to see you there. All of you who are Stuart, thank you for the 3 cheers and so forth. Thank you all for your comments that continue to come in. And we are going to, and by the way, there's only 277 days left until the election. We have a countdown on our channels, and our main pro-life website, our main election website, we're going to refer you to that as well. But how do you join the pro-life voices for Trump? Well, if we turn this sign around, please jot this down now. You could do it right now as we're speaking, otherwise right after the broadcast. I want you to text the word life to 88022 and let me know that you've done that. What is this going to do? It's going to connect you, it's going to make you a member, actually, of pro-life voices for Trump. And you will be on the inside track. You'll be getting information. You'll be getting information about the pro-life accomplishments of this administration. And you'll be in the loop as far as activating your voice and many other pro-life voices for the most pro-life president we've ever had. Text LIFE to 88022. Now, Alveda King, whom you know, especially if you follow these broadcasts, or you may see her on various news programs. You saw her standing with the president when he spoke to the March for Life the other day. Alveda is full-time with us at Priests for Life, and she also is part of this advisory board of pro-life voices for Trump. So is Janet Morana, whom you also know from these broadcasts and who works with me very closely here at Priests for Life. So this is what I'm asking you to do, a simple step. Now, when you do this, you will receive in return another text with a link that'll ask for your zip code, and then you will be given another link to fill out a short survey. Now, friends, your input on that survey is so valuable, because we want to know what you think of currently of the president. We want you to know what you think of his priorities. We want you to give your opinion about various aspects of moving forward in this most pro-life administration that we've ever had. We need your voice. We need your opinion. We need your input. We need you to do this today. Now, aside from texting, there's also a simple website that we've set up for the pro-life voices for Trump. And that simple website is prolifevoices.donaldjtrump.com. prolifevoices.donaldjtrump.com. RevStar, thank you very much. You said I did it. That's what we like to see. RevStar is following us now, watching us on Periscope. Why don't the rest of you let me know as we're talking here that you did this, because I'm very, 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 very grateful to you if you join this effort. Once again, just text LIFE to this number, or again, go to the webpage, prolifevoices.donaldjtrump.com. And there you will see me, Alvita, Janet, our good friend and colleague Marjorie Dannenfelser of Susan B. Anthony List. Thank you, Kristen, for saying done. Thank you very much. You're following us now on Facebook. You will see these other friends and colleagues of ours also lending our support, lending our voices, lending our efforts, lending our resources. Andrea, thank you for saying I just did it as well. God bless you. You're following us on Periscope right now. Come on, friends. Let's get this going. And let me tell you, we talk about the pro-life accomplishments of the president. This is no abstraction. This is real solid stuff. He has protected not only millions, not only tens of millions, but billions of dollars of our money from the abortion industry. He has done that. Some people say, oh, well, what about the defunding of Planned Parenthood? He's doing it. There are a lot of different faucets, as we have described, a lot of different rivers of money that flow into the abortion industry. Your hard-earned tax dollars and mine flowing into the killing of babies. George, thank you for saying you'll be going to the website today to sign up. Thank you. God bless you. Friends, the president is turning off those faucets. Now, we're going to be going into this in more detail in future broadcasts. But do you know that Planned Parenthood has dropped out of the funding that it was receiving to the tune of over $60 million every year? They dropped out of the Title X funding program. You know why? Because of President Trump. He tightened the requirements. It was already in the law. The president doesn't write law. Congress does. But the president, the executive branch, is tasked with enforcing the law. And he saw that the Title X program, although it says that the money given to those health agencies is not supposed to go for abortion, it was still going for abortion by backdoor ways and loopholes. He tightened it up, and Planned Parenthood saw that they had to face a choice, either to stop doing abortions or stop getting the money. And because abortion for them is both a dogma and a sacrament, they decided to stop getting the money. He has cut off money for going to Planned Parenthood on the international level. He not only reinstated the Mexico City policy, he expanded it to cover all government health programs and spending. Again, that money not go for organizations that either perform or promote abortion overseas. And then he also defunded the United Nations Population Fund, which is assisting forced abortions in China. He also restored to the states the right to divert money away from Planned Parenthood. So there's more to be done. Congress has to do its job in terms of completely defunding Planned Parenthood. But of course, what that requires is what I mentioned before. It's not just the president, and it's not just any individual member of Congress. It is the need for 60 pro-life votes in the U.S. Senate. You know what? We've got to do that this November. I want to set our sights high. We need to do that this November. So there's many other pro-life accomplishments. I mean, my goodness, could we possibly overstate the importance of what's happening with the judges? Sometimes people, and this could be, it's not necessarily, but it could be a symptom of Trump derangement syndrome. So be careful if you start to see this symptom inside of you. But sometimes people ask, oh, well, a person in a public office, it's terrible if they did certain things in private decades ago. Listen, we're talking about the federal courts now for a generation to come. What kind of decisions are they going to make? When you start talking about things that are right and things that are wrong, do you want a president who's going to put on the courts federal judges who are going to say that vices are okay, that the perversion of human sexuality and the destruction of human life is okay? Really? You're gonna start talking about what's right and what's wrong and not care about the kind of judges that are going to be judging for a next generation about whether certain things are right and wrong? This is not just about private virtue, it's about public virtue. It's about what kind of virtue or vice the people we are electing are writing into the laws and into the court decisions that are going to impact the lives of our children, our grandchildren, and our great-grandchildren, and theirs. Over 190 now judges, federal judges who serve for life, have been placed into our court system by this most pro-life president that we've ever had, with the help, the essential help, of a pro-life Senate, the Republican Senate. So thanks, friends, once again. ProLifeVoices.DonaldJTrump.com, and here you go. Text LIFE to 88022. Thank you for doing it. Thank you for raising your pro-life voice for our pro-life president. Thank you for the work that we will all do together to spread the word about his accomplishments, which we will talk about in more detail on these broadcasts, and for spreading the word about the dangers of electing pro-abortion public officials. Big, big dangers. Talk about the funding of Planned Parenthood. If the Democrats were in power, they would make Planned Parenthood a branch of the federal government, an agency of the federal government altogether, never mind just funding it. Well, we're going to talk about more of those dangers and risks as well.